we're gonna go on a journey and just see what happens. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. Today, I am sharing with you guys a tutorial. I had no idea. I didn't know where we were going with this. I went to the thrift store looking for something for a completely different video. I ended up going on quarter day, guys. I love that we have quarter days here in Texas. If you don't know what quarter day is at my local thrift outlet. It's called Family Thrift Outlet here in Houston, Texas. They have quarter days, and every day at that outlet is a different day where everything in the store is one price. So on Wednesdays, everything is a quarter. Yes, a quarter. And you can find some really good stuff, but it's normally so packed and people are kind of pushy. I don't like going on Wednesdays. So it was the day that I had free to go, and so I went. And I found a bunch of multiples. And so I was just like, you know, okay, 25 cents for multiples, that's a lot of fabric. And I'm just like, I think we can do something with this. So we're gonna go on a journey and just see what happens. I have measured this and it will fit over my bust. So we are going to go ahead and cut the crotch seam out. I couldn't try it on over my chest because of the crotch. So I'm gonna go try it on officially and see how it looks. All right, so this is what we're working with. If you're curious about my little lounge set, I did make this. The video is up. I will link it right here. So I took the seam out and this is what we have. It's a hot mess, but I'm gonna keep going. Great things happen when I keep going, even if I don't come up with what I intended. I'm thinking I want this to kind of be like a top off the shoulder type thing with ruffles across the side to kind of look like a one-piece romper, but I definitely need to take these pockets out. I'm gonna add some pins. I want to pull this in a bit. I already transferred the pin on the back. I probably will take this waistband out, this one, and this one, because they're going to be in the way. If you do pin it where you're wearing it right side out, then you're just going to measure how far from the seam. On the front, it's a 1 1/4. From the seam on the back, it is like 1 3/4 on both sides. Once I take it, kind of hold on to it where it was, the general position. Reach inside, grab the seam, and then you want to fold it directly along the seam. And measure. Let me take these off so that they won't be in the way. And if you've never used one of these little surgical seam rippers, I will put a link down in the description box below. I find for stuff like this, they're very helpful. So we're going to go ahead and take it over to the sewing machine and put in some loose stitches. So we're just putting this in here just to determine fit. That's looking much better. If you do want this to be a dress, you can keep going with this same line of thinking. Turn it inside out, keep tapering down till you get a fitted dress. I don't want it to be a dress. I wasn't sure until now. It's gonna be a top. We're going to fold it in half and cut it off right about there. I know you guys are still doubting me. It's just the process. I'm gonna take this seam out. We have more fabric down here. When I come back, they'll all be, you know, cut like that, and then the hems will be taken out. There we go. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Topics include illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. You can explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and just get lost in your creativity. I'm currently taking a really cool class by Jessica Kabasi, and major plus, there's no ads and they're always launching new premium courses. So if you're ready to take your creativity to the next level, the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. So basically I want to use the seam that I still have as kind of a center point. It does curve a little bit, but we're going to treat it kind of like a straight line. And so I'm going to do each one of these like this in order to get some ruffle. We're gonna put our elastic underneath along this center seam. See if we can do a little easy ruffle hack that way. So I'm gonna take another piece and I'm gonna lay it on top. 9 inches on one side, 11 inches on the other. Nothing really important. I'm just using as much fabric as possible because I want these ruffles to hang down around my shoulders as much as possible, as long as one is longer than the other. My inspiration at this point is this. We're gonna see if we can do something similar to this with what we have. So I'm just gonna quickly cut all of these. Then I'm just gonna take probably a serge seam down on this side, and we're gonna connect the 4 of them, but we're gonna leave one side open. And then we'll keep going, making them match and connecting them. And hey, if you haven't subscribed, definitely hit that subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications so you don't miss a thing. This summer, we have been back to back amazing upcycles. Go check them out if you are not convinced, and then hit that subscribe button because we have so much more planned. All right, back to the video. All right, so I have one long piece. For the seams, I did a French seam. I feel like I did it backwards. Is that backwards? You guys let me know. But at any rate, I just staggered the fabric on the end and then folded it over and put in a top stitch. That's just like a really quick way to do a French seam. The reason I did it is because, especially for the one that's longer than the other one, you're gonna be able to see that seam. So I wanted it to, you know, look nice. You won't be able to see this, so I'm okay with that. So the next thing we're going to do is on all the edges, we're just gonna go around and put a double fold hem, and then we can go ahead and start attaching it to our quote unquote top. We also want to figure out what length of elastic we need, so I'm just gonna put it around my shoulders and pull it, not super tight but not super loose. You don't want it falling off. Does that give you a range of motion? So I have that length of elastic I'm gonna cut off, and that's for the off the shoulder ruffle part. All right, so here is my long ruffle. I made a big mistake, but I'm not gonna correct it because it took a long time to do and I just don't feel like it. The bottom ruffle, I should have taken this backwards so that when I fold it over, both seams would be double fold hem the same way. Right now, it's not that it looks bad because it's finished. It's a finished seam. It's just that this looks like the inside and that looks like the outside. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be because I would have to take out that whole length. I just don't feel like putting it back in because it took a while to sew that long and fold and fold and fold and all that good stuff. So it's staying. So what we are going to do is take our piece of elastic and put it like right on top of the seam so that when it folds, it gives me a little bit more length on the bottom. And we're going to stretch and pull and sew it so that when this comes down, everything is gathered directly on the middle of the seam. Gonna go ahead and pinch that, cut the excess, do a top stitch on the sides to make it lay flat, and I think I'm also gonna add some darts here. And then as far as the back is concerned, we'll just cut it off up to here. Let me add a pin. And we need to sew these back down. And I am definitely gonna cut these pockets out as well. Okay, this is one of the things that a dress form is really good for. All right, so we can take it off and make sure they're even. I think that looks pretty even. They're kind of lined up with those things. Cut out these pockets, and I'm actually going to cut off this excess. That's gonna help it lay flatter. We'll also sew the front, the front clothes. Haven't stuck myself in a long time on this channel, so I guess that I had that coming. And then I'll go ahead and sew this up to the back. And I'll go ahead and straighten that out. And lastly, I'll sew the belt loops back on. All right, so I still gotta work on the fit of this. I'm gonna put it on my dress form and work on it, and hopefully we can get it right. That's the fly, and I pinned this to the fly. So what I'm gonna do is open it up and sew it to the fly just in the front. As long as it's attached in the front, that's enough for me. If you want to attach it in the back, that's fine. But if I attach it in the back, it's going to pull it down further, and I really just want it to be how it is. I have more than what I need, which is great because I didn't like that seam sitting like way over here. I'm going to take this seam right here and finish it off and put that to the front, and we'll sew that side as well. So that way, once we open up the fly, zip it down, we can go ahead and take it off. And I decided to go to shorts rather than pants. I could still wear the other pair of pants in the wintertime if I want to wear this, but for the summertime, this is too much green to have on pants. It depends on the event, I guess. I did some little frilly shorts. I've done these before. So I just took the extra and added it. So I'll finish the other leg of that and we will be ready. All right, that was quite the journey. If you guys are interested in learning how to upcycle, I do have an upcycle class that'll help keep you on track with your upcycles. Hit that join button down below to learn more about that. And we have a free Facebook group, the link is in the description, where you can share your upcycles with a like-minded positive community. All right, so I am super excited for you guys to see this. These things always give me trouble, you know, these type of upcycles. I don't do them that often, but because they're trouble, but I am so excited to share how it turned out. Let's see it. Yes. This is one of those things that when you put it on, it just makes you feel like dancing. You know, you got to give a little shoulder action. I don't know. That's just how I am. I decided to do it with the shorts because the pants, it was too much for the summertime. Just too much. I love it with these shorts. Like I said, I've done these type of shorts before. If you're looking for a more extensive tutorial, I will link it down in the description, as well as you hit the little I. But yes, I love this. Absolutely love this. And you guys know that I'm not the girliest girl in the world, and this got plenty of frills, but I am loving this. And I will show you guys what it does look like underneath. In order to make it fit, I put it on my dress form, and really the biggest things was just cutting it off, cropping off that extra fabric. That helped to take away all of that bending and folding and that crazy stuff that was going on. Sewed down the pockets, cut out that extra fabric inside, and it turned out just fine. For the most part, you can't even see it, but even when it is shown, you know, it's okay. And I can pair it with jeans as well. So yeah, here it is with jeans, and it's cut low enough where it just kind of overlaps the jeans just a little bit, and it's just the perfect length for me. So yes, I am super excited to have this to pair as that looks like a romper, or pair it with something else to, you know, just have it. It's just an amazing little top. And if you're interested, I do have on last week's dress. I have it on with jeans. I will show you guys. I have it on with jeans right now. If you missed last week's video, thank you guys for all the love on last week's video. I appreciate it so much. You guys love this little dress. I'm gonna try to get some in the Blueprint Signature shop for you guys who don't sew. But yes, I love this one of my favorites. If you missed it, definitely go check it out. And I have tons of other videos as well for you to check out. Let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this tutorial, and how you would make it your own to fit your personality and your size. I am super excited to read you guys' comments as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!